Awesome, guys. Well, I'm super excited. I think I'm officially recording. Tonight's a special night. We got the Platinum 1000 panel. I see a couple more are hopping on. That means the Spanish Q&A is just ending now. So I'll make a couple of co-hosts as we go. But get your cameras on, get your notebooks out. If you got a snack of water, you know what to do. Put it to the side. Let's get focused. And tonight's gonna be a super special call. And I know yesterday we went for almost 90 minutes, so we're gonna do our best to keep it in the 60-minute handle. A lot of people are gonna be flowing in, and I'm super excited about this one. Becoming a P1000 doesn't happen on accident. You have to duplicate. You have to learn a few more skill sets. You have to understand this business. You have to know how to take care of people. This is an extra $1,000 a month, an extra $12,000 a year that puts you in the top 10% of all earners in network marketing. This is a special rank. Like, this is really, David Amitier says it best. P1000 is his first level of leadership, right? It's the first rank where he looks at someone who has developed a role in leadership, someone who is extremely promising to continue to work through the business, and an extra $1,000 a month is life-changing. There's a lot of people in the world right now that would love to have an extra $1,000 a month. And I think the coolest thing about what we've done with our culture is not looking at the dollar amount, is not looking at really what it means to, or not really looking at how many people are in your business, but who you had to become to get there. And so I see a couple more hopped on. Let me look really quick and see if we got Melanie on here. No, J Lo's on, Mike, Joanne. No, they'll hop in a second. So let's go ahead and get this popping. I'm going to go ahead and just call your name. The first question, super simple. I'm going to start with Hector, my guy. Who are you, and why did you make that decision to go all in?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Thanks, Tim. So, from the very start, right, this actually isn't my first network marketing company. I had, been part of other companies as well, right? I was never all in with those simply because I just didn't, I felt like it wasn't for me, right? Obviously, there's a whole bunch of other companies out there, they sell all these different products, stuff like that, insurance companies. And, the kind of person that I am, if I don't like doing something, I'm just not going to do it, right? That's just how I've always been growing up. And so what happened was, before I actually joined I was already trading. I exposed myself to trading through YouTube, and, I was doing a whole bunch of research. And in the back of my mind, I already knew and I was aware that I wanted to build an online business because of the residuals, right? Long term, what happens with the residuals is, as long as you never give up, the only thing that happens is they increase, right? They increase, and you start doing a lot of good things. And at the end, it's really not just about yourself. It's really about what it is that you can do for other people. So when I saw and I was like, okay, I'm already trading, right? That's already a skill set that I'm still figuring out how to perfect it. But now if I understand the power of trading, and if I can build a team, then it's a win-win situation, right? I'm able to perfect my trading skill, but I'm also able to introduce it to other people. And through the journey, right, we're all able to win together. So that's pretty much how I ended up here. I did lose a lot of money before I joined with other companies. People would message me on Instagram and stuff. They're like, hey, like I have this going on. It's this much to get started. I wouldn't even do research about it. I'm like, okay, if you're doing it, let's see how it goes for me, right? I never really cared too much about how much it was to get started. If people told me, hey, it's $200, $300, $500, I actually paid $800 once for this other company. It's funny because I have boxes full of their products, and I never even opened up the box, right? So it's one of those where, from a young age, I've always been like, let me try different things out and let me see which one it is that actually fits me best, right? And so what I found with QC here is, I just keep on making a whole bunch of good friendships. And I feel like that alone is really, really powerful, especially when, you look around and there's a lot of people out there who sometimes feel lonely, right? A lot of people are shy of going up to random strangers and making friends. A lot of people, go through depression. And I feel like this alone right here, we're all working to pretty much better that whole trading skill set. But at the same time, if you guys pay attention to the chats, if you guys go to the conventions, if you guys go to all these events, I'm pretty sure everyone feels really comfortable, right, being around strangers. And so that alone is something that really keeps me motivated and keeps me going. So I'm in this for the long run. Like I said, I never really pay too much attention to what rank I am. I know sooner or later I'm gonna get, up there with all the other chairmen, and I'm just letting time do that for me, right? And as of now, it's really just me helping people with giving them the knowledge that I have with trading, and the actual satisfaction that I've been able to get from this is really just getting people to see, hey, this was my before analysis, and then look at my after analysis. Like, I probably didn't trade it right, or I put it on a demo account, but just them telling me that they understood what actually happened in the market is really what makes me be like, okay, if I can do this with 5 people, then guess what? There's other 5 or 10 people that I can reach out to, and then as long as they take the series, guess what? They're gonna be able to understand this whole skill set as well. So that's pretty much who I am. I'm pretty sure most of you guys know me. If you guys don't, definitely feel free to reach out to me whenever.
Appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. And also, you may be speaking on the P2K call tomorrow night. We may have you double time this week, but you're getting close. Lewis, my man, you're up next. Who are you? And why'd you go all in? And dude, I'd love you to talk a little bit about your story, man. You've been around this industry for so long. You've been to the top of companies. What's special about, IM and QC?
Okay. Y'all can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Perfect. A little bit about me. My name is Lewis. I'm a father. I'm 34 years old. I almost forgot how old I was. Just to give a little bit of background about me, guys, I've been in the network marketing field for about 16 years. I started selling Coco knives when I was like 16 years old. Then it was vacuum cleaning. Then it was vacuum cleaners. It was everything. It was just everything I could get my hands on. I actually got in. I played professional football. I got up to a high level. I tore my knee and my shoulder up, and yeah, that's a little bit about me. I don't want to go too in depth about me, but when it comes to getting into the business, guys, like Tim said about me, how do I want to start? Sorry, I just had a brain fart. Um, a little bit about why I got into the business was because I always knew that I could do something a lot better. Look, I grew up from an area where it was either the streets or it was sports. And I kind of balanced the fence, if you get what I'm saying. So I would do football. Nobody knew what I was doing in the streets. I always played both sides. So football was always a benefit for me to stay out of trouble. It was always like the good boy thing. But on the other hand, I was always doing other things. So I saw a lot of stuff in the streets, and I've been through a lot of things where a lot of people don't know. But I always knew that I wanted to be somebody who never had to work for somebody else, because I saw that my mom worked so hard as a single mother, and I really didn't have that connection with my dad until I got older, and he just passed away, which I'll tell you a little bit more about that. But going all into a business, guys, it's really finding your why, and you really have to be mature mentally and spiritually aligned when it comes to actually growing a business. Like Tim said, I've been to the top and I've seen some great results when it comes to different network marketing. But at one point in time, my mentality of being mature, right? You can be 21 and be mature. You could be 34 and mature or immature. But being who I was, not mentally stable, right? I ended up falling off that that high that high horse of being at the top of a network marketing platform. Um, what I got to say about IM, guys, it has to be the best compensation plan, period, by far, when it comes to building an organization. But definitely when it comes to like the community of people and the mindset that you bring. Like, I've never thought I would ever have this mindset of going into a whole different frequency. And Bob Proctor, like, I listen to Jim Rohn and Les Brown, but like Bob Proctor is on a whole different level. And Mike and Tim are people that speak that, and David and Monite and guys like that. It's just crazy how this is actually like this is like a foundation to something way better. I've sold nutritional products left and right, but it wasn't, I'm selling products to somebody, but what really everybody has an issue with is finances. Finances is the biggest thing ever. And you're also creating some type of skill set that you can last for a long, long time, if you get what I'm saying. Like, nobody can take away the trading knowledge that you have. Nobody can take, Michael Weaver said it yesterday, once the mind has grown, it can never go back to its regular size. So it's just crazy, the skill set that we have. We can go anywhere in the world and use this. I can't really go to China and sell some Herbalife products, like that. It just makes no sense. But you can really create the wealth, and then you're also helping other people, which this community is probably the strongest community I've ever been in when it comes to network marketing. So all in, it's not just for you, it's for your family, your why, and it's also for the people underneath you. I wouldn't say underneath you, but the people that you bring in, because they trust you and the vision that you give them. So yeah, Tim.
Fire.
I appreciate you, bro. And Mike's on here now, but Johnny Caves, you're up next, man, and you're a crowd favorite. But so you don't really got to introduce yourself. But who are you, and what does All In look like?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. This new house is a little echoey, so you might hear me twice. But man, I mean, for those of you guys who don't know me, I think everybody knows me pretty much. I'm Johnny Caves. I'm 21 years old. Been trading and been a part of this community since 2017, late 2017, about 2.5 years. Best decision I ever made in my freaking life, honestly. Best friends I've ever made. Some of my best friends I've met on Instagram through this business, some of the people that have changed my spirituality, my spiritual environment. It's amazing to see how many people can come together for a common vision. Everybody has such a different story, but we all want the same thing. So basically, what was the other question? Why did I get started? I was going to school.
Why'd you go all in?
Oh, why did I go all in? Word. I remember this. So years ago, actually, when it was just like 12 people in the Discord, I remember getting on a Zoom with me, Mike, and this guy named Justin Arroyo. And I was going to school at the time for mechanical engineering. And I had all A's and like 2 B's. I was doing really phenomenal. I had a full ride scholarship for 4 years. I was going to get an $80,000 a year job coming out of school. I pretty much had everything set. All my friends were on academic probation because they were being stupid. And I was the only person that was really focused on my grades, because that's the only thing I cared about, was just as long as I have good grades, And I came home from school one day and I wasn't feeling it. I was not feeling it. And, I got on a Zoom with Mike and Justin Arroyo, and they were marking up charts, and we had already been trading a little bit because Mike had taught me a little bit. And I thought I knew everything. Come to find out I knew nothing. So I remember that day because I said, hey, Mike, Justin, I feel like dropping out. And they said, welcome to the club. What do you mean, welcome to the club? You're not going to tell me no? You're not going to tell me you're crazy, you're stupid like everybody else? And they're like, nah, bro, like we all dropped out too. Like, what do you mean? I'm like, yeah, like I feel like I'm not pursuing my passion. I'm not fulfilled at all. And he goes, dude, that's why I dropped out. And I was like, okay, this is crazy, dude. Like I thought I was crazy. Now I see other people are crazy too. So I'm like, all right, done. Let's be crazy together. And then
your favorite mentor.
Later on, Mike was like, yeah, I'm moving to Puerto Rico. And, he asked me, he's like, hey, have you saved up enough money to go? And I said, yeah. And at the time I was lying. I did not have enough money to go. And Mike knows this for sure. I show up with like less than $1,000 in my bank account. And I said, you know what? I don't care because I'm going all in. I sacrificed everything that I had, friends, relationships, family, girlfriends, jobs, a career, school, everything that I had, because I said, you know what, if I don't have any money to put into this, if I don't have a lot of money to put in this, at least I have things that I can sacrifice that I can put into this, so I did. That's what I decided to do. I dropped all of the bricks on my back and I said, you know what, I'm ready to pick up some new ones. And yeah.
Honestly, guys, like John is the quintessence of all in. Like there's no one that's been more all in than John. That's all I gotta say.
Well, that's perfect, Mike, because I'm introducing your brother next. Um, Kevin, my guy,
Mama.
El Mago
What's up?
Jr. You know, tell me a little bit about yourself, man. Tell everyone a little bit about yourself and why you made that decision to go all in.
Well, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Kevin. I am you. You are me. I'm the whole world. I'm the universe. I'm your favorite trader shirt. I'm just playing. But guys, why I went all in was really because, you know, a couple things. You know, first things first. You know, I was just tired of all the lies. I was tired of seeing my parents working. You know, and I just had this void inside of me that I couldn't figure out for the longest time what it was. You know, I just wasn't fulfilled with my life. And it was because, you know, I wasn't in alignment with my true purpose in life. And my true purpose in life, I truly believe is that to leave the world, you know, a better place than I found it, you know, to be the change I want to see in the world. And, you know, I was just tired of, you know, seeing the way that society actually operates. And, you know, I want to be the person who breaks the system, you know, with all you guys. And that was my main driving factor because at the time, you know, I had no idea, you know, what I wanted to pursue in my life. I had many different passions. And, you know, at the time I dropped out of school. I was working full time and, you know, I didn't really have like anything going on, really just a vision, honestly. And it was crazy because I know John knows, I know Mike, Jordan, we had this vision, you know, we visualized what we wanted to see, what we wanted to happen. And most people thought we were crazy, you know, dropping out of school, moving to Puerto Rico for who knows what and what. We just had that vision. And, you know, we continue to just follow our true, you know, purpose and what we felt was in alignment with us. And, you know, that led to a lot of great things that are currently, you know, unrolling in front of us. And, you know, why I went all in was just for people and to impact and, you know, to leave the world a better place than I found it.
Dope. I appreciate that, man. Brady, you're up. A little bit of who you are and why all in, man. You've really done it, and you've had like ups and downs, and you're just you're just a workhorse, bro. So why are you the way you are?
Let's go. What's up, everybody? I'm feeling great. I hope y'all are having an amazing time. I know today has been fantastic. I'm excited to be here with all y'all. I mean, my name is Brady. I'm 20 years young, and pretty much I've been doing this for like 20 months-ish now. And I mean, really, like, all in, like, why all in? The real question should be, like, why not? Why aren't you going all in? Like, tell me what other option you really have right now other than this. Like, for me, that's what it came down to. Like, I didn't have any other option to live the life that I wanted to live, so I just went all in. I had like there's no other option. It's like, dude, go all in on this or what else? Like, if somebody could like I really don't know if there's any other options out there to do something like this. So it's like, you just have to. And I came from like this organization where we sent people abroad and did all this stuff. So I was already introduced into leadership, and it's kind of like network marketing in a sense, but it wasn't like, you didn't get paid for it basically. So I was already doing network marketing in a sense, but I wasn't getting paid for it. And the real reason I wanted to do it was because I wanted to make a massive impact on the world and help as many other people. Like, a little bit about myself. When I was my senior year of high school, I went abroad and I did foreign exchange. I lived in Brazil for a year. And that just like completely shifted my paradigm of what life could really be like. When you spend a year at 17 years old, traveling around a country you've never been to, meeting people you've never been, like meeting people you never met, like learning a language, like doing all these crazy things, it opens your mind to like the potential of what life can actually be. I got a tangible grasp of traveling the world and seeing new cultures and meeting new people and really living that lifestyle. And that's all I wanted. I knew when I left there, that's all I wanted. So I was going to find a way to do it. I went to school for international business, whatever. I ended up joining this organization. I already planned on dropping out before I even found out about this. I was talking to my brother about it. And then he kind of started telling me about what he was doing. I was like, well, wait, that just makes a lot of sense, because I understood the fact that like I could, through that organization, yeah, I could help a lot of people travel the world and stuff like that. But my depth of vision was far beyond that. I wanted to make a bigger impact. I wanted to do something way bigger. So I realized I needed a lot of money. I needed to have money to be able to do the things and create the impact that I wanted. And I saw that this is a way that I could get money and help other people get money, and we could all work together. When you can get people with a common goal, and you guys are all making bread, and you guys are all have the right intentions behind that money, and you guys are gonna put that to good use. Like, it's a no-brainer when you really think about it like that. Like, think about your biggest vision, and then think about doing that with 15, 20, 100 of your best friends. And you guys have no financial limits. You guys can do whatever you want, create whatever you want, be whatever you want, make whatever you want, and help as many people as you want. So the real question is, why not? Why aren't you going all in?
Damn. Okay. You see that? That's a leader right there. You answer a question with another question. That's great. Amazing. Thank you, Brady, so much, brother. All right. Wow. I want to hear from my little sister, Melanie, Young Gun. What's good? Where you at?
Hi, I'm here.
Awesome. So yeah, same question. Who are you and why all in?
Sorry, I didn't notice that was good. Okay, I am Melanie Delgado, for those who don't know me. Honestly, guys, we are all energy, so that's what I am. I am abundant love and just literally like everything. And the reason why I went all in, like, obviously there's like a backstory as like, where I'm from and everything, but pretty much like, I'm from Ecuador. So when I came to the USA, my like the first thing that I got introduced to is, jobs and everything, like seeing my mom work a lot. I went from having my mom every single day at my house, coming back from school, seeing her there, to then coming here and not seeing her at all. So I started going to school, and when I got introduced to this opportunity, it was just a way out and a way to help my family, a way to just, help everybody around me. And besides everything, honestly, like the reason why I went all in, besides obviously my personal reasons, was when I went to Florida and I met all of you guys in the convention of Florida 2018. That's literally what changed my mindset. That's what changed everything for me. After, when I came like home right after that, like I wasn't the same person. So it was literally the impact that you all gave to me. I know that there's a lot of new people here in this call, but that night, honestly, I have never forgotten it. I know exactly what I did that night. I know exactly who I talked to. And it's just like, talking to people who were doing this to help others really impacted me. So that's why I decided to go all in to do the same, to help others and to help my family.
That's so powerful. Thank you so much. I felt that, like in the fields. I felt that. Thank you, Melanie. My next question goes to Armando.
Where he at?
Right here.
What's up, brother?
What's
Armando,
up?
who are you, man? And why are you all in?
So I think it's super, like, I'm in this phase right now of like reprogramming my subconscious mind, because I've been listening to Bob Proctor super heavy. And there's a video where he just completely treats this reporter that he's interviewing, right? And he says, he asks him, who are you, right? Like the same question, and people in Spanish just did it. And it made me like recognize that, like when somebody asks you that, you gotta affirm who you are. Like Mike didn't ask you what your name is, right? So you're not your name. And that just made me realize that. So I think for me, I think Melanie did an amazing job saying abundant love. That resonated a lot. But to me, I said I'm abundant, right? You would have met me probably like 2 years ago. I probably would have been said, I'm rich, right? That's probably what my mindset would have been. That would have been probably would have been my exact answer. I am rich. That's
You
how it's
said
so.
that to me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've said it to probably many people. Because that's just the type of mentality that I had. Because, I came up with a very, very little of much. So I was brought here just like the typical Mexican immigrant, right? So came here, my parents brought me here for a better lifestyle. And so I always had the dream and the drive to just want to do better and get better. And I always thought that it was money. And when I decided to really just take this as a life project. You know, kind of like other people, Hector and Lewis, they talked about being in other companies, right? I built a company with my mom previously before this, network marketing. And so I knew the lifestyle that was possible with network marketing. I knew that it was possible to impact other people and just like the feeling that you get when you help other people. But I still only did it in like when only really did it because of money, right? Because that's what I thought really was the most important part. And so when I decided like, man, this is really going to be like probably something that I'll do till the day that I die, I'll just continue to keep impacting people and showing people what this is all about, is because my paradigms changed completely on what life, not just like money, but life really was. And so I think that's really what changes within, just like inside of you, when you start kind of just taking on, you know, just deeper knowledge and awareness of like what it is that you're really about, who you really are, right? I think that's very, very important. I think that's what it was for me, is like that shift that I wanted to go. Dallas was the event that kind of really hit me in the gut. It was Vegas, and then Dallas. So I think, you know, hype to the events for sure, because they're definitely something that catapulted me in my belief system on why I was doing this.
Catapult your belief system. Amazing. I love how you recognize the question, because that was actually the intention of the question. Awesome. Killed it, dude. And you kind of ruined it because that was the point. But I appreciate you, bro. No, for real. And the growth I've seen in you has been incredible. And, you know, saying I am rich and saying I'm abundant can be the same thing. It really has to do with your intention towards the word and what that means to you. And everything that you've just said resonates with me so really, really heavily. And everyone here, and that is the culture. I think your answer was a very good definition of our culture here. So I appreciate you for everything you're doing. And I know what you're about to do next is going to be crazy. So our last speaker for this question is going to be J-Lo, Jennifer. I think I caught her in the middle of a sentence, but my bad. But yeah, the same question is, who are you? And, you know, why all in?
Hello. Thank you for the question and for allowing me to be here today. So for those that don't know me, my name is Jennifer Lopez and I am 21 years old. So the reason that I decided to go all in, well, at the beginning, I guess like most of us, we joined because of the money and like we want to make more money, we want to be financially free and all of that. So I did that, and that was my thought process at the beginning. So all I did was plug in, and I plugged in some Mike Navarrete calls every single night, his go live on Spanish every single night, and I started seeing the results myself. So then at that point, I was just like, whoa, like, why am I not sharing this with other people? Like, why am I just being like selfish instead of being selfless? So at that point, it kind of like transitioned, like, okay, I should be sharing this with more people. But while I was transitioning, I also was transitioning into my consciousness. Like, I started to wake up a little bit more, like realizing what truly was like the matter of all of this, like what was the purpose of all of this. And I feel that like I plugged in like one of Mike Miles' calls as well, and he just like woke me up, like literally. Well, at least the beginning of being awake. So from there, it was just like, whoa, like I'm part of something bigger than myself. Like this is the first time I feel that I'm part of something bigger than myself. And I was still going to school, so after I felt that feeling and me being in school, so then it was just like, whoa, like why am I still in school? Like I'm still wasting, I'm wasting my time. In a way, I felt that way. So I dropped out. I came back. Well, I was part of the club now. So
Oh man.
after that, like dropping out, I decided to go all in and put all of my energy, all of my time into really waking up my consciousness and helping others wake up their consciousness as well, in every single sense. So I feel that I'm part of something bigger than myself. So I'm just a messenger of what was, of the message that was sent to me as well.
Fire. That was a lot. I wanted to resume some things that you said, but then I lost track. Wow, gems. The last part was really powerful. I don't know if you wrote that down, but thank you. And I think a big thing that I want to just point out here is I've indirectly caused a lot of people to drop out. Apparently, I'm gonna enroll in school just so I can drop out. Awesome. I love you guys. Okay, so I have another question. I'm gonna get right back. I'm gonna send it right back to you, JLo. What does it mean to lead to you? What does it mean to be a great leader to you?
Okay, so what I answered this question in Spanish call too. So what does it mean to lead to me? And it goes beyond like obviously the rank, beyond the title, beyond all of the labels that people put on you, or at least a company puts on you. It really goes down to like how selfless are you? How much are you can't okay, how do I put this in words? The more you give, the more you receive. So I needed to realize that I needed to give more. So in every single sense, whether it's like emotional, whether it's spirituality, or whether it's just looking at charts and learning how to read the charts. So in that sense, like really prepping yourself. And even though right now you probably don't feel like you're prepped, or you're in the stage of prepping yourself, it's good. Like you're in that like learning process. So the more you fill your cup, eventually you'll have your cup filled, and then you can also fill other people's cup with that. And you have to keep on doing that. You have to keep on nurturing your body. You have to keep on nurturing your mind. You have to keep on nurturing your soul in every sense. So it's beyond like the money and the rank and all of that. So it's really like going into a stage of like, okay, now it's no longer about me. It's not now about other people. It's about other people's goals. It's about other people's lives that is being changed. So yeah, that to me is the definition of being a leader, being a selfless leader to other people as well.
That selflessness goes so far, right? Like the more you give, the more you receive. Awesome. Thank you. Armando, what's great leadership to you?
So I think I have it on my goal card as the very first thing that's on there is I am becoming the best version of myself, right? I think that you can only give just as much as you actually have. So you can only give what you have. And I think providing value to other people is how you can lead. Like, bro, if you tell me to jump, I'm gonna ask you how high, right? Because you provided
This is true.
so much value to me that basically anything that you say, I know that it's gonna work because I know that you have the things that I want. And I think that's part of becoming a leader is being able to make decisions for yourself, so whether they're selfish decisions, right? I think that's the right way to put it. Or so making selfish decisions, but for other people, right? In order for those decisions to benefit other people, because you're constantly growing, constantly giving, and constantly providing, right? Whatever it is that you can help, even when it doesn't directly benefit you in any way, shape, or form. I think that's what the definition of a leader is being able to just constantly give back as much as you're able to receive. I talked about in the Spanish call, I talked about the law of the lid, right? You can't attract. John Maxwell has I think it's like 21 laws of leadership. And one of the laws is the law of the lid. Like if you're a 7 in leadership, you can't attract an 8, a 9, or a 10, right? If you're a 5, you're only going to attract 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, -1, -2 people. So you got to really continuously level or raise your level of leadership. And even with that level of leadership, like let's say you're a 5, once you get to a 6, that 6 has 10 levels to it. So it's like within the level, there's levels because you're never going to stop growing. Even when you get to level 10, there's still going to be another 10 levels to go beyond that because the growth never stops.
Facts. Sheesh. I have a question for you based on what you answered. My question is this, right? You said how much you give is how much you have, right? And I want everyone to ask themselves this question, right? And this is a question about your identity, right? How do you identify yourself? Because if you feel it, right? If you feel you have everything, then you can give it all. So, Melanie, I have the same question for you, right? What's great leadership to you?
Okay, hello. So I can already answer this in the Spanish call, but I'm gonna translate it now. So leadership to me is just being, having respect for your team, and because that grows respect. Also, really, really important, responsibility, because if you are not responsible for your things or for your team, for the calls, for the promotion, literally like you're not gonna be you're not going to be influential. And that's super, super key as well, because if you don't have anybody to influence, you have nobody to lead. And the most important to me is intuition. And it's just like literally like figuring out like what's the problem before the problem arrives, you know, because that way you don't have any problem, right? And I'm just gonna have like a quick 30-second like example of how I kind of like saw this in a leader. When Cash Carter came out here to Connecticut, we were promoting an event every single night, and a lot of people weren't showing up to the event. So he like canceled the last 2 nights of event so we can promote for the Saturday event. And when he was doing the trainings, he explained that, and he actually put us all on the spot. He was like, the reason why I canceled the 2 nights was because in the first nights there wasn't a lot of people showing up, right? So I already knew that not a lot of people were going to invite. So he noticed what the problem was going to be, which was, you know, inviting people to the event. So he did, you know, he changed everything, he arranged everything, and the event was a success. So that's something that I always like see as a leader. You know, you always have to have a good intuition, and honestly, like also listen to your people. Always listen to your people and have communication.
I like that. I like just like having that bird's eye view, right? Recognizing that something preparation. I think that's pretty much it. Recognition and preparation. And you apply that either to situation or to people. Sheesh. Brady, what's great leadership to you, man?
Leadership is just influence, purely influence. It's leadership. I think strong leadership is when I look at leadership like this, like I provide value to those who can then go out and disperse the value. You know, that's what leadership is all about. Finding people who you can influence, who are willing to go out there and share the value. You know, that's literally what I do all the time. Like I call it, like, if you're a leader, if you want to be a leader in this organization, you need to be like taking control of that and like learning with the intent to share with your people. Like whenever I learn information, I'm always calling my leaders. I'm always putting in the chat. I'm like, yo guys, I just watched this video, or I'm reading this book. Y'all should read it. Or I'll call them up and ask them how everything is going and just help them work through their problems, help them break that paradigm, so that way they can get to the next level. And that way then they can build more leaders under them who then they can share value with, who can continue to share value. That's what leadership is all about. And pretty much the person I am today is all because of this podcast that I just dropped in the chat. Definitely check that out. Like I listen to it every day religiously. It's the John Maxwell Leadership Podcast. Literally every day it's in my ears. I'm just like, that's the sauce. So if you want to be a leader, it's John Maxwell all day.
Thank you, Brady. I feel like I definitely hear so much of John C. Maxwell in you. It's either subconscious or it's conscious, but yeah, man. Amazing response. Kevin, bro, the freshest P1K out here, and not just because you're the newest one, but what's great leadership to you, bro?
Great leadership to me is, first things first, eliminating your ego and not thinking that you're better than everyone else. You know, having humility, being empathetic, being compassionate, and meeting people, you know, where they're at. Even if they're like busted and disgusted, you gotta meet them where they're at and see, you know, their greatest version of themselves, even if they don't see it themselves. And then what network marketing is and what leadership is just, you know, bring people up, bring them up to your level where you're at. And the best way to do that is by continuously growing every single day. Because, you know, if you're not growing every day, then, you know, eventually people are going to be catching up to you, and then they're going to start questioning your leadership, your abilities, and they might look for other people that can help them. So to me, that's what leadership is constantly, you know, pouring into your people, adding value to yourself, and just understanding them, you know, being empathetic and just meeting them where they're at. So to me, you know, that's what the definition of being a leader is.
Thank you. I like that. Constantly, you just have to be constantly growing. because how are you going to bring someone up if you can't bring anyone up if you're stuck, if that's your illusion of yourself. So I like that you kind of applied the pressure. I hope that was heard around the call. John Caves, my brother, P2k incoming. What's going on, man? What's great leadership to you, bro? Oh, I think he hopped up. Let me unmute the man. Actually, can I do that? All right, cool. You're good.
I got clapped. But anyways, what is great leadership? Well, J-Lo honestly covered so many pieces of everything that I wanted to say. So I guess I'll just have to come up with something else. No, I'm just kidding. But definitely something that J-Lo said, just being a listener, listening and filling your cup up first. I feel like it's safe to say everybody starts this to find out what they can take for themselves. You see the culture, you see the trading, you see the markets, you see the money, you see people, being happy. How can I get that? How can I get that? How can I get that? And we come in here to take. But then I feel like when you become a leader and you really become a leader, now you're thinking about what you can give. Now you're thinking about what can I provide for people who need to take, because there's people that need to take more than you need to take now. And being a Platinum 1000, having way more than 30 people in your organization, most P1000s on this call, you have more than 30 people in your organization. You know that. It's just a balance thing. And so managing that many people, I mean, you really have to have systems and leaders in place, right? It's really not about you anymore. Like J-Lo said, it's not about you anymore. And that's one of the hardest things. I think that's where, fake leaders and real leaders split. People who say they're in it to help people, people who say that they're, I want to help people. I want to do good. Do you really, are you really still in this for yourself? Because that's the people who hit P2K and higher are the people who actually provide more value than they're here to just receive. And I feel like, in the beginning when I was taking notes because I was like, I'm going to use this later. I'm going to use this later. I'm going to use that later. And now I take notes. I'm like, Aaliyah needs this later. Alex needs this later. Samad needs this later. All my leaders need this later. And it's like, I bet I got so much in store for them now because I'm at the front line. I'm always at the front line. I never let my team outwork me. I'm always on freaking calls. I'm literally always outworking every single person. And I think that helps me so much, and there's people that outwork me and I know that, but I won't admit it because I'm going to still outwork them eventually, but I think that's what it is to be a leader, just being at the forefront, always filling up your cup so you can pour it down the pipeline.
I'm so happy this is recorded. Wow. That's chairman talk for real. That's no hype. The big thing you said, and I think I haven't really heard it this way ever, was, now you're taking notes for the people that are coming. And man, I feel that because that's how I think. So I know you're ready, bro. Sheesh, man, I love this team. For real, y'all bring me to tears sometimes.
This is why John's organization is like over 350 people. Just enough.
Yeah, geez, John knows, man. All right, Lewis, bro, I know you're about to drop some crazy nuggets on us. What does it mean? What's great leadership to you, brother? Oh, I'm mute. Cool.
Yeah. All right, you can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, earlier I want to apologize for I had a little interference right here, if you can see it. But you guys said, why do you go all in? I just want to request that. Hold on, stop, sit down. I just want to go back over that real quick. I really didn't go all in right away, to be honest with you guys. I had an ego. So I really didn't go all in. Now I go all in. Is why? Because I have a sense of purpose. My alignment with my vibration has regained. I really found purpose in life, and every day I find greatness and gratitude. That self-development, daily affirmations, things like that you really don't think really play a big role in your life, but they really, really do. So that's the only way I could be transparent. My why. This is one of 6 right here. And definitely take care of my mom and my family. I never want them to struggle, guys. Like, you have dreams of going to the NFL. You make it and you want that big paycheck. I never got it, but this is a way for me to get it. But that's why I started this. But at the end of it, it's not about the money, because that's going to come. I'll be blessed with that regardless. It's about helping other people know their worth. If you know, I got it tatted on my hand. But to get to the real question about leadership, there's so many different directions you can go with leadership. Yeah. Okay. You can go anywhere with those directions. I think everybody had a great point when they talked about leadership and the role that they play. To be transparent, I think leadership is really becoming a student before you show up to lead. You get what I'm saying? So with that being said, I have to be a student every day to grow in every way possible, because people are always watching. I have to be a servant. Like, think about this, guys. If you get a book in the mail, right, and you buy a book in the mail and they send you 5 books, how easy is it for you to give 4 books away? Very easy, right? Because you don't need use for those other 4. But if you find $5, right, how come you don't split that $5 up? Hold on, hush, punk. How come you don't split that $5 and give $4 away, right? I think when you give when you don't have anything. Leadership is giving all that you can, becoming a servant leader, leading by example, showing up early, leaving late, being on calls, practicing self-development, preach what walk what you preach what you talk, however the case may be. But leadership is like, for example, Tim and Mike, you guys are there all the time. You guys really put in the time and you let us grow all the time. So that's leadership. I have to show by example for my kids, for the people that look up to me, because people believe in who I am, right? So that's leadership, really showing up, because somebody's going to ask you a question and you're going to have to know that question. Or people are going to be like, oh, he ain't doing nothing. Yeah, right. I've been in that situation before. So being at the top of my peak when it comes to always becoming a student, always growing, and make sure you're facing your fears, man. You got to show that. So yeah, I got mine.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I think, yeah, staying a student of the game, and really that analogy of why is it that you share like a book, wisdom, so quick, but when there's money to be shared, we hold it. And something that just sparked a really big message in my head, because it's like, it has everything to do with your relationship with money. The people that don't share the money is because that they don't understand that they don't understand what money even is in the first place. And if those of you that are sharing a book so quick, you've had it backwards the whole time, because that book was the money that, and at the end of the game, bro, that was massive. I really appreciate that. Can't wait to hear that again, honestly. And let's go right back to the person we started with, Hector, my brother. What's great leadership to you?
Yo, what's up, Mike? So I actually learned this at a really young age, and for those of you that don't know, I've actually been working with my father since the age of 12. Right, I've been self-employed through his company pretty much my whole life, and so kind of what I started figuring out is back then he had a lot of employees, and every now and then he would have new people come in. But what I realized is there's a big difference between becoming a leader and becoming a boss. So a lot of people you join or you go to a new job, and then what do you have? You have a new boss, right? What happens there? He just tells you, hey, do this, do that, right? And then sometimes you're like, well, I don't even know how to do it. So what happened, and I remember this, and I think I was like 16 or 17. This new guy started working for my dad, and my dad actually left, right? And so I kind of overheard him telling one of the other guys, oh, I've never done this kind of work before, so I don't know what to do. And so, I went up to him. I'm like, hey, you know what? Like, I'm going to show you how to do your job. And then I pretty much spent like the whole, first 4 hours just teaching him, right? And during lunchtime, he pretty much just told me, he's like, hey, no one's ever came up to me and, actually dedicated time to show me how to do something. It's always, do this, do that. And then at the end of the week, I'm going to pay you. So that pretty much just stuck with me. And then I also read it in a business book. There's a big difference between becoming a boss and a leader. And so applying that to, this, right? Whenever you become a leader, it's really more about, whether or not you can actually, you're willing to sacrifice, failing. That way you can actually teach other people what it is that you've learned. So, that's pretty much, I believe that's how I've been able to duplicate, a pretty good number of traders simply because, I was willing to lose a lot of money when it comes to trading and just be like, okay, here's a new strategy. Let me see how this works out. And, throughout my journey, I've been able to kind of figure out what works for me. And that's pretty much what I teach everyone else. And so I feel like that's what leadership is for me. It's really more about, whether or not I do it first and then show other people how to do the exact same thing, instead of me saying, hey, go read this book, go watch this video, go through the academy course when I still haven't even done it, right? So if you're going to be a leader, definitely do stuff. Do everything first before you start telling everyone else to do it, or else you're pretty much just becoming someone else's boss. And I'm pretty sure no one that joins IM wants that, right? Everyone joins this simply because they want they want complete control over their life. So that's pretty much what being a leader is to me.
That's powerful, Hector. I'm gonna keep you on because we've been going for almost an hour now. And I really, this is a question here for each and every single one of you. So those of you who are going towards the end, you get a little bit more time to think, but Hector, you're put on the spot. And I think a massive quality of a leader is someone that can paint a vision, right? Not only for themselves, not only, for the company, for the organization, but for other people, right? So what is your vision for QC as a whole, and how do you play a part of it? What is your vision within the vision?
So the overall vision that I have for QC is definitely growing this to something that's a lot bigger than what it already is. These past few months, we've seen massive growth within the team itself. And, being a part of that, just, subconsciously being able to tell myself, hey, there's actually this big group of people online that, are willing to help each other out. And I personally feel really great when someone messages me and says, hey, I'm not understanding this, or hey, bro, what do you think about this, stuff like that, simply because I feel like people see value in me, right? And so when people see value in me, I want to be able to give value to people back, right? So that's pretty much what I see, what kind of vision I see for myself within this community, right? We're just checking to see how many people I can actually influence and how many people I can actually help, achieve their goals. So that's my vision for this. And, definitely it's just one person after another, going back to the whole leadership, you can guide people and you can tell them, what works for you and stuff, but it's definitely up to them whether or not they want to take advantage of that. And that's one of the biggest things that I've learned, these past few months. There's a lot of people that come in and, they say that they want so much, but then it starts feeling like I myself want it more than they do, right? So that's definitely one of the biggest things that I've learned with this. And overall vision, the right people are gonna stay, and I'm gonna be able to grow this to a much bigger team with you guys, with the right people that have the right intentions for themselves, and also with the people that they bring into their organizations.
I appreciate you, bro. Lewis, you're up, man. What is your vision?
Can you repeat the whole question again?
A massive quality of a leader is someone that can paint a vision, not only for themselves, but for a company, for an organization, for an individual. So what is your vision for QC as a whole? And what is your vision for yourself within that?
My vision, the QC for a whole, man, is we're a family. You get what I'm saying? Like, we don't just sit here and like talk about business, and we talk about business obviously and trading and stuff like that, but we know each other. All of us know each other. So my vision for that is to grow the family. There's really, I feel like as of right now, the way we're growing, the way we're doing things, we really don't need to improve in too much areas. Obviously, we'll improve and grow as we go. But right now, the way our community is with each other is huge. And I just want to add more value to that by bringing more people, becoming the best version I can. So like I told you guys the other day when we were on a one-on-one call, like, you guys help me out as much as possible, because I want to learn how to speak better. I want to be able to be like you guys in my own way, so I can give, because obviously you guys are going to be a lot more, how do I say it? You guys are going to be a little bit more busy or hitting that chairman 25, chairman 50 guys. Drop a 7 in there because they're gonna hit it real soon. But it just, the leadership doesn't fall off there, guys. It just keeps growing and keeps growing, and it keeps that same homey vibe, and we just keep growing. The vision for myself within there is to become, just like I said, just to be better as one better trader, a better leader. Anybody, you guys can always reach out to me, guys, whenever the case may be. That was the second part. What was the second part, Tim? The bigger vision for QC and the bigger vision for you inside of QC.
Yeah. Or just you overall, man. I just want to see like the vision that you just see yourself with it.
Man, I'm with it to the end. You get what I'm saying? Once I commit myself to something, I'm all in. Definitely as of now, like, I don't know. I told you guys earlier, my dad passed away. And it kind of really hit home. It really hit home. Because, you know, you always, guys, love your parents. I don't care what happens. Make sure you love your parents. Because there was an area with my father where we had a relationship, but there were so many years where we didn't, and there were so many unanswered questions that I wanted to ask, but I never had the chance. We didn't talk for, I think, 7 days before he passed. So it kind of just really opened my eyes to be just be the best that you can. Take time for what it is and really fall in love with the process. And that for me is really getting in deep with this and just bugging the shit out of you and Mike and anybody else that where I can get better. There's really no, for me, it's just I have to get better. And it's not just for QC, but for my kids as well. So they know, like, shit, he put in work. And then when people see QC, like, they understand that this is something global, you know, quantum creations, baby. We touch stars. We build stars. Create galaxies, baby.
I just want to let you know, QC's in about 20 countries right now, by the way, y'all. QC is officially in 20 countries. We did the count a couple days ago. We're building a bunch of content for y'all. So we're in 20
We are the coronavirus cure.
Hey, disclaimer, shit, this is going on YouTube. Disclaimer. Y'all are, I'm the one that gets the FTC complaint. So disclaimer. But yeah, a lot though. Johnny Caves, John Cuevas, you're up. What is your vision, bro?
Can you hear me? Awesome. Man, that was amazing. Honestly, I learned a lot from that, Lewis. Thank you so much. My vision for this, honestly, is, you know, like the PR guy said on the Spanish call, you know, we are the face of institutional trading right now. We are the face in the forefront of institutional trading in the entire industry of Forex, in the entire industry of network marketing. Nobody does Forex and network marketing together. So the fact that we have incentives to reach out to people and show them how the banks manipulate prices of any asset in the world, like, yeah, Aaliyah, right? Nobody's touching us. Nobody's touching us, right? We are the best in the game, right? You don't have to be the first. I think something I wrote down in my notes is so many times people want to be the first at something. You know, so many entrepreneurs, they want to be the first person to do it, right? And no, it's not a secret. We're not the first institutional traders, right? Because there's institutions, right, who came before us. But so many times people want to be the first person. You know, you think about a grand idea, you know, a light up keyboard, or, you know, shoes with wheels in them, or like a touch screen phone, you know, and then when you say, well, there's already an iPhone, you know, there's already headphones that do that. There's already a computer that does that. But it's not the fact that it's already exists. It's the market share. It's the marketing behind it. And I feel like right now we have a monopoly on this industry. We have a monopoly on institutional trading. We have a monopoly on the fact that we are building exponentially, and people are coming here to learn how to trade the right way. I had so many conversations today about, you know, with people on my team that, you know, people are coming in and learning the stuff that they need to learn right away, right? I feel like most people don't understand the power of that. Most people go through 6 to 7 months of learning the wrong things, right? And the vision, I guess, that I have for this is to show people that this can be normal, right? That Forex should just be another skill that everybody should learn, that everybody should know how to trade anyways. That should be a prerequisite before you graduate high school, right? Is to know what a freaking pip is. I think that's the vision that we have. We're already tapping into universities internationally. We've already tapped into multiple planted seeds in multiple universities in Colombia, in Puerto Rico. Like, that is the standard. This is the standard. Institutional trading is the standard for anybody. Doesn't matter who it is, right? I think that the institutions will have to change their strategy. That's the vision. That's the vision.
Yo, just everyone dropped periods in the chat for that because that made me quiet at the end. I was like, oh shit, hold on. Yeah, just periods, just little dots, just just little dots in the chat. Okay, I appreciate you, John. Kevin, you're up, man. What is your vision, bro? It could be for you, for the company, for your squad, for anything. Just what is your vision?
Wow, no, give it back to John. Like, for real. That shit. No, I'm lit off that. For real. Like, being the forefront of leading the institutional trading, that was powerful. But for me, my vision is being, the Pablo Picasso of painting pictures and painting the vision in people's minds. For me, what really stands out and what comes to my mind is, a creative, collective, conscious ecosystem, right? Because right now, QC, to me, we're more than just the trading, educational brand. We're more than that. We're going to eventually, start diving into things like drop shipping, start diving into things like real estate, renewable free energy. We're going to start tapping into changing how the educational system works, teaching people about spirituality and just really be in the forefront of how, world can operate on a better and more efficient and innovative way. So to me is, my vision for this is to have, the mass consciousness and humanity to be vibrating on, the frequency of abundance, love, peace, positivity. That's the vision that I have. I may not do it in my lifetime, but without a doubt, we're gonna do it. But if I don't do it, I want to at least be the person who sparks, that light inside someone else to do it. So, for me, the vision is to create an everlasting legacy. To me, it's I don't know my grandfather, I don't know anything about him, and I don't want to, repeat that same cycle. I want my grandkids, their kids, and their kids' kids to know, that me, Mike, Tim, Saloma, that every single person on this call, that you guys you're the person who took your last name to the next level and created that everlasting legacy for generations to come. So to me, that's the vision that I have with QC. Love y'all. Peace.
Appreciate. Hey, Mike, how does it feel to know your whole family's chairman? Oh, we're gonna change chairman to Navarrete. That's gonna be it.
Yo, I fucking love everybody.
But Brady, my man, what is your vision, bro? You talked a little bit about this in some previous answers, but just your pure vision for this, for your team, for QC, whatever you have that's on your heart right now. What is your vision?
Let's go. So my true vision when I started this was to really take this movement to Brazil. That was my number one focus since day one, is really building up a squad of boys, and it's no coincidence that I've manifested and attracted some of the most savage Brazilians I know. Luca, Pedro, shout out to y'all. They're coming up next, but my biggest focus is moving this to Brazil. That's one of the largest countries in the world, and it's completely untapped in the terms of IM. My goals, my vision by the end of this year is I'm an educator for the Portuguese section, creating a how do I trade course in Portuguese for institutional trading, stuff like that. But really my big vision is having network marketing with a customer first focus. Because I want you guys to think about this. Think about the best builders in our team, the people with the highest ranks, they all started out as traders. Think about that. None of them came in here, I'm going to build the biggest organization, I'm going to be chairman. No, it's all, everyone came in here focused on trading. They understood the power of trading, and they went and told the entire world. That because they had so much belief, and that's what we're able to do here. That's what makes us different, is that we're so focused on the products, and people love the product so much that they go out and share it because they want to, not because you tell them. I no longer tell people to go share this. They just do it naturally because they're like, this is so dope. I want to do this with my friends. Like, just feel that. Feel like, think, what does a chairman do? What does an educator do? And are you doing that in your life? Like, I had this epiphany. I'm like, I want to be a chairman, but I was like, am I doing what a chairman does? Dude, am I calling my leaders on a daily? I heard John call me. He's like, I call my leaders every single day. Educators, they have a session. They have a time period when they're going out to trade. Do you have that? Do you have that specific time that you trade? Are you organized like that? Do you have that set up? Because if not, you're not ready to be that. You are not that. And if you're like, oh, well, I'm going to wait till I'm an educator until I have a specific trading time. Well, that's why you're not, because you don't think you are. You're like, I'm not. You literally just said, I'm not an educator. So you're not going to have it, right? But my vision for my team, me and my brother were manifesting there, or like just really pondering about this and just thinking about it. Like, what is a vision with the team? And something that includes everyone, something that everyone can be a part of, not just builders, not just traders, but really that can encompass anybody who comes into the team. And my vision is 500 profitable traders. I didn't say 500 customers, because I know like their customers and a profitable trader is different. Anyone can, you haven't really impacted their lives until they've seen profit, until they've withdrawn money. I want, and a trader can be a part of this, a builder can be a part of this, because they bring more people in. That's the vision. 500 profitable traders building that true legacy of people who are withdrawing, who are able to help their families, and really just bringing this to Brazil, bringing it full circle, because network marketing has such a bad rap there, and that it's just like, it's terrible out there. It's because it's just so much poverty and stuff, that we need to bring true, real education, real value to the people, just like Mike and everybody has done in Puerto Rico and Colombia. You know, in all these Latin American countries, network marketing is so big, but it's so bogus. Like, they're doing it completely wrong. It's not done right. There's no value. It's literally sign people up, sign people up, sign people up. And we can be the difference. We are the difference. We are the change. We are the next wave of moment. We are the next wave of change, guys. When you really embody that, like, feel that, like, you are that, you can be that for somebody else. That's the legacy that we're leaving here, is we can go someplace and take something that is such a bad rap and show people a completely different perspective. Show people a completely different way of life. Show people a completely different, they don't have to do what they've always done. They can do something completely different. And that's just a vision, guys. When you realize it's not even, it's like, even in, you can take it to, my personally is in Brazil, but you can take it anywhere, your hometown, wherever it may be. Like, that's the true vision. When you can go somewhere, like, I'm from a small town of Marshfield. Like, there's like 15,000 people live there, and I swear we have half the city trading already. Like the whole, like, we got a trade house out there. It's like, it's crazy what we've been able to do. It's like such a small city, but when you really just, there's people everywhere who are looking for this, and it's the least suspecting people that are gonna run this shit. Like, no joke, we are a band of misfits. Like, we are a band of people who, like, might not have fit in somewhere, who might not have had the biggest friend group, who might not have been the most popular kid in school. But guess what? We're the fucking popular ones now. We got 80 people. We're 80 people deep, chilling, hanging out right now. Like, you got a whole family. And when you can bring somebody who's never had that into a community like this, where they can feel positivity, when they can feel energy, when they can feel love for maybe the first time in their entire life, and you have the power to give that to them, you can give them access to everything that they've ever wanted. That is the true power of what we have here. That is the vision. And I'm telling you guys, the moment that you embody what I just said, the concept that I just talked about, that's when it's game over. That's when you never have to worry about anything in your life. You never have to worry about, doesn't matter, everything, your family, everything's taken care of because you understand and you truly embody what we have here. And my vision is to help as many people as I physically can feel that. What I just communicated right there, I want everybody in the world to feel that energy, to feel that passion, to feel that excitement for life, that new beginning. That's my vision. That's what is already done. That's what I have done. A quick little nugget: write letters to yourself, as if it's like, write a letter to yourself that you're going to read at the end of the month, but read it every day. Because then because sometimes I know that I felt weird saying like, I am this, when I'm like, well, actually I'm not, but like I write it as if I am. I write a letter to myself at the end of the year that I would read as myself. Like I would address a letter to the end of the year, and then I read it, because it's like, oh, I'm so grateful that in 2020 I had 500 profitable traders in my organization, and in April Tyler Springman smashed P600, Marcellus Scott smashed P600. It was so amazing that all of that happened in April, acting as if it already had been done. That's a quick little nugget, but I mean, that's my vision. A little tangent, but I love y'all. I just want you to really feel that energy, guys. I love y'all.
So you guys remember how I talked about a very good leader is able to paint the vision? Now, did you guys feel that? Do you guys think Brady's got that quality, that characteristic in him? That was the answer. That was the answer right there. You did it, Brady. Melanie, that's a hard one to go after, but you're one of the most amazing human beings that I know, one of the most consistent human beings I know, and I know you have such a massive vision as well for this. So I'd love to hear, because I know so many people are going to get value from it. What is the vision that you have?
For QC, for myself, for the company?
For all of it, whatever's in your heart.
Okay, well, for QC, definitely, like, my vision is to impact the world, like every single country around the world. And like John said, we are the face of the institutional trading. So that's definitely that's my vision for QC, to make a really big impact for people and to help them become financially free. Now, my vision for people, my vision, what makes me want to do this every single day is the fact that, honestly, guys, it's just happiness. Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of people working, there's a lot of people, studying, doing a lot of things, but they never stop and think how happy they are or how abundant they are, because they have so many things going on. And what drives them is money. People go to school to have a job, to have money, or people work to have money. People are literally at the streets asking for money, so everything is money in the world, but nobody really stops and thinks, okay, like, why am I here? What's the purpose for my life and all these things. And honestly, guys, like, I became to an understanding that nobody here is here because of trading or network marketing. Or, I mean, maybe you fell in love with trading eventually, but I know that for a fact that you didn't join here because of trading. You joined because you wanted to be financially free. You start building because you want to be financially free. You are on charts every single day because you want to be financially free and you want to help people around you. So my vision is honestly to help people and to impact people that way, to really, really, like, make people understand why they're here, and to to make them realize their higher self in a way, so that they can understand their purpose, they can understand their family, so like there's no more hate, but there's more love. And I want to be able to, obviously I probably, like, my vision is to impact as many people so that when I'm not here, it continues, and it continues with my family, it continues with my friends, with my team, with everyone, because I just don't want to impact my team. I want to impact the world. And even if people are not with me in this, I want to be able to impact them in a way, and be a good mentor, a good friend, a good daughter, a good sister, and eventually a good mom, a good, whatever, whatever the world has for me. But like I said, like my true purpose is to make people realize what their true happiness is, whatever it is. It doesn't matter, But I know that in the bottom of our hearts, every single one of us, the 75 individuals who are here for a greater purpose, not just trading, not just network marketing, not just, helping the world, like with these companies, actually more than that. So that's my true purpose.
I appreciate you. Okay, Mr. 100X, Armando Valencia, my guy, Mr. 100X. What is your vision, bro?
You got to say it. See, if you went to the 10X GrowthCon, right? If Ivana's on here, she knows. You gotta really say it, man. You gotta really mean it. Like, 10X! You just gotta fuck it. Makes you feel good. But so I think the vision is to piggyback off what Brady was saying, they're dropping nuggets, right? And Melanie as well. Like I everybody, honestly, I'm taking notes, which is something that John said. I'm taking notes not for myself, but so I can share with other people that are not on this call, right? If they're not down to watch the recording. I think the vision really comes down to why the company even is what it is, right? The company motto. I remember being in Dallas and the song that played, like, it still gets me. Like, anybody that was in Dallas, you listen to that song and you're like, ooh, something crazy is about to happen, right? Like something juicy, just because of that feeling that you get from that song. And I think that it starts with the vision for QC and the vision for myself and the vision for my team. It really just comes down to that, right? It comes down to who are you going to be? Who are you going to come, right? What are you going to become? What are you going to turn into? What are you going to evolve into? And I think that is the overall vision worldwide. I mean, we're in, I don't know how many countries, but I know we're going to hit every corner of the world, even the ones that we're not even supposed to be in. Somehow or another, we're going to tap in there. The ones that we're not supposed to be in doing network marketing or trading in. Like, India just got, deregulated or whatever. So we're taking over India real soon. But I think for us, I think it's like being the largest, most recognized organization in the world of people helping people, right? Just like when somebody thinks of QC, they know that we trade and they know that we build, but they know that our purpose is to help other people, regardless of what that is. Because as time goes by, right, as the vision, everybody's vision continues to align, I think that it's going to blossom and evolve into something that is way beyond the monetary system. And we're going to break the system. So it has to evolve. Definitely not only in our lifetime, but this is generational. Like, this is for people that are, like Taylor's baby and Vanessa's baby, and like these like little tiny humans that are just coming up in this QC culture. They're going to have such an abundant life because of the organization that we're creating. I myself, the vision for myself is to be, to have the privilege to have helped 1,000 people create over 100 or generate over $100,000. That's my personal vision for my team, right? 1,000 people to hit over $100,000. Now, I didn't help people get to $1 million, but I got to get to $1 million first, right? In order for me to be able to do that. And I think the overall vision, that's for my team. I want to expand out to Mexico. We don't have a QC Mexico yet, and I've really been thinking a lot about that. So I think it's definitely something that's going to happen real soon. There's a lot of buy-sides out there that could really benefit from what we have. The sauce that we have is definitely life-changing for everybody. So that's definitely something that's going to happen. It's already done. Time's just got to catch up. And then the the big vision that I have, right, coincidentally being able to help as many people as possible to become one of the 10 chairmen in the Chairman 100 organization of Tim and Mike. So that's going to be something that's already done. So I'm going to be one of those 10 people inside of the Chairman 100 organization. As it continues evolving, I myself am going to also produce 10 chairmen, which coincidentally will make me Chairman 100. So let's make it happen.
You remember how many chairmen I told you need to go Chairman 500?
I think you said 100, but it's like 60 something or 70 something, but it's like 100 times better.
Yeah, I Armando and I had a conversation about how many people we can help hit six figures to hit each rank, and I was like, well, you really only need 68 for Chairman 500, but 100 sounds good too, so let's just hit 100 chairman. And that was a great conversation. But last but not least, we have J-Lo, Ms. Jennifer Lopez. What is your vision? And you've seen so much, really. Like you've been with us for so long. You've seen so much. You've traveled. You've done it. Like you've done amazing things just in a short career. Like, what is your vision for QC and for yourself?
Okay, so I'm gonna keep it short because I know like we have been at this for like about an hour and 30 minutes. So my vision, honestly, the vision overall with QC and everyone else, or even I am like everything, like I believe that this is so powerful. Like it's super powerful. It's beyond our consciousness. I feel like we're really breaking the system. We're really going with the intention of, okay, once we build wealth for everyone, no one will no longer be in the lowest frequency, and we'll finally be able to strive into the higher frequencies, to strive into our true potential, to get into that and be connected with that. So I believe that, like specifically speaking with QC, like we are so powerful in every single sense. We are powerful traders, we are powerful builders as well, but more than that, we're shaping and we're shifting the consciousness of other people as well. And that to me is like, I mean, I don't know if many people can resonate with this, but to me it's like I'm more of like a spiritual person. So in every sense, like if I could wake anyone up the same way I was woken up, it's just like that little thing, like that little shift. I know that I could switch your life up real quick just because my life was switched up real quick as well. So in that little sense, like it's like having the power to just change other people's perspective because your perspective was changed, and to change it into the actual truth, the actual, like, stop like lying to people, stop or like how the government sees everything, like stop lying to people in that sense, like really wake them up for who they are and who they want to become, and give the opportunity to really have people quantum leap into their faith, quantum leap into their true potential, who they're really meant to be in this world. So it's like, I don't know. My heart, like, I just feel it really deep in my heart, and I have such a great passion for this. And whenever I wake up and like I feel like crying sometimes just because of where I'm at, and I see the vision, like it's beyond measures. It's really beyond like us as a humanity, like really just like leveling up and just like levitating, like really, like I just feel us like levitating in every single sense. So that's like my short vision of everything as a whole perspective of where I see I am, QC, and myself, like humanity rising. So yeah, that's where we're at.
Sheesh. No, for sure. This is just an elevate mindset. That's the whole community, frequencies, vibrations. We're all gonna be floating at some point at this rate. Thank you, J-Lo. I'm actually going right back to you because honestly in 1 minute or less, one piece of advice for anyone who's seeking P1K or who's attracting P1K.
So in one word, I guess, be coachable, and not, I guess, like be coachable, and also be a person that can be a messenger to others. You're receiving the message, so your job is to deliver the message to other people and deliver it in the most way and sincere possible, like form that you can towards others, and also like just
Thanks.
be who you are, and yeah.
Thank you. Sheesh. The messenger. I like that. I like how that just sounds nice. Now, I'm gonna ask you a question, and this is it. When do you feel P2K? I'm gonna word it like that.
In 2 weeks.
Dope. Mondo, right back to you, bro.
Y'all better go wild in the chat. Y'all better not forget. There better be like 700 little sevens in the chat dropping. Y'all better be celebrating. Mailman's knocking.
Mailman's outside, right outside. I think for me, the answer to your first question is responsibility. I remember a conversation I had with you when you and Nancy both left to Columbia. We were up probably like overseeing all of Chicago, and you literally told me that's what it was.
That was a very epic moment.
It was very epic, bro. Yeah, I think about it a lot. And it's really just because it's like a sense of you. If people win, lose, you have to take full responsibility for that. You know, Gary Vee talks a lot about it, right? Take responsibility for everything. You get hit by a car, it's your goddamn fault, right? So if people lose or if people win, it's your responsibility. If someone pays for a month and doesn't come back, it's your responsibility. So I think taking responsibility for people is probably the reason you continue to elevate in the rank. And, you know, I was talking to Jordan about, or it was like briefly talking to Jordan, probably talked to him for like 5 minutes yesterday. And I asked him, when you hitting chairman? And he said, who the fuck knows? You know, I feel,
that wasn't my question. My question was, when do you feel P2K?
Well, I feel like I'm like right now, honestly. I think that I feel the person, but I don't have the rank.
Back office lines.
So it's just got to be loading.
Dope.
Whenever the universe is like, here's 75 people you're responsible for making $100,000, that's it. That's when you know, the back office is gonna update. Loading.
Fresh. Melanie, one piece of advice, 1 minute or less.
In 3 to 4 weeks.
What's your one piece of advice?
Oh, one piece of advice for people who want to be. Oh, sorry, I didn't. Okay.
Yeah.
A piece of advice is to be humble, drop the ego, listen to people, listen to what your team has to say. Don't act like you know it all, because in reality you don't really know anything. And the most important thing, just get feedback. Like, learn from the feedback, and just listen to what your team has to tell you, because that's going to help you a lot and you're going to grow out of that.
Yeah, I want to give it back to you because you're definitely someone who asks for feedback and asks questions, and not just up, but all over, cross lines, down lines, all over the place. Like, and you very much adopted that coachability aspect. So amazing. Brady, one piece of advice for anybody attracting P1K into their lives.
Don't wait for someone to tell you to do something. Like, don't wait for your upline to be like, hey bro, I want you to intro this call for me, or like, hey, you want to run a call about this? Be like, no, I want to run this call. Hey, I want to intro your op call, or hey, like whatever you want to do, just do it and don't ask anyone's permission. Just do it. Like, so that's the only way you're actually going to get to like the level of success that you desire. You look at all the P1Ks, anybody above right now, none of them are asking like, yo, Mike, you think this is a good idea? Like, it's like, they're just like operating. They're like, you know, I think this is a great idea. Let's put it into action. Let's make it, let's do this, you know? And that's what I think it really takes to go far in this business, is just taking action, like just doing stuff, like putting yourself in the position to fail legitimately. Like, just, hey, I want to give this a shot. I want to do this. I want to do it, and then doing it. That's my number one advice. And I already feel P1K. It's already here. I'm not even worried about that. It's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time.
Amazing. Thank you, Brady. Don't ask, just fucking do it. That's it. That's facts. We didn't ask anybody to just start making systems and create a culture and do all the things that we did. So just do it. Kevin, one piece of advice, 1 minute or less, like actually 1 minute or less.
All right. I got you. So, you know, like what Brady just said, take initiative. Don't wait for anybody to tell you what to do. Just do it. And, you know, having that burning desire that like every day you wake up with so much passion, so much drive, and that's what's going to fuel you to continue going. you know, I said this stuff in the Spanish call, so also shout out to all the bilingual leaders doing overtime on this call. And having that belief, just 1000% belief, because even if you have 100% belief, if there's going to be doubts, there's going to be trades that you lose, people are going to leave your team. But when you have the 100% belief and that stuff like that happens, it's going to start dipping, and then you're going to start doubting yourself. That's when you need to have 1000% belief, because even when bad things happen, it doesn't phase you. And then having a relentless work ethic, like Johnny Boy was saying, outwork everybody, keep grinding, go crazy. And then consistency and adaptability. Why I have these two together is because consistency is important, because if you do the right things, long enough, you're going to see the results that you want to see. But you can also do the wrong things consistently too. And you don't want to do that. For example, if you're going to cut down a tree, and you're cutting it, you're asking yourself, why isn't it going down? It's because you're using a plastic knife to cut it down. Then, then you have to pretty much reflect and see, what's happening. And then that's when you whip out the electric chainsaw and chop that down. And then I think the last thing is just really just having a mentor map, asking them questions all the time, blowing them up, because they have the blueprint, they have the map for you to get to where they're at. And most importantly, just duplicate trading. That's it. Do more one-on-ones with your team, increase your availability to them, do trainings for the whole team. And that duplication of trading is what's going to make people, want to share this with other people. And that's what's just going to duplicate and blow your team up.
Yeah, you know what's really funny? I know why y'all don't do it under a minute, because you guys know time isn't even real. So I don't even know why I asked that. Thank you, bro. And when do you feel P2K?
Yesterday.
Ooh! I love you, bro.
It's already done, baby.
John, one piece of advice for anyone attracting P1K into lives. Hold on, let me unmute you. Oh, you're good, you're good.
Dude, this guy's a savage. I freaking love him. Anyways, yeah, I guess one piece of advice is just freaking show up, dude. Just freaking show up enough. Show that you want this. Prove it to yourself. If you prove it to yourself that you want this, you will show up, and people around you will notice that, and people around you will see, yo, this guy really wants it. Not only that, the universe will see that and give it to you. I don't care what you believe in, but that's how it works. That's how it works, right? You put enough of that energy into the universe, and it has to magnetically bring it back, Kevin Trudeau, right? And also, it's impossible for you to do all the right things and get the wrong result, right? So if it feels right, if it feels like you're putting in overtime, if it feels like you're doing more than you're getting back, that's a good thing, right? That's a good thing. That means that the seeds that are planting in 30, 60, 90 days, they'll come back and they'll give you everything that you worked for. And then my P2K date, I wrote this down on April 18th for my 30-day goal. May 18th. Let's go.
Let's go. I just woke up my whole house, so that's okay. But Johnny, I feel that. I feel it, man. I feel it. Thank you for that. Lewis, one piece of advice, brother.
I couldn't unmute myself. Everybody's blowing up the chat. Wow, that's crazy, man. My one piece of advice is dive the fuck in. To be 100% honest, dive the fuck in. Dive into the trading. Dive into the videos. Dive into the group chat. Dive into QC. Dive into your personal development. Dive into your life. Elevate your frequency. Really love the process. Fall in love with the fucking process. Because just like my man said, you're never going to ever do anything right. So just work on it, because what's going to happen is you fuck up, you're going to fall forward anyway. Don't keep stopping and going. Just dive into everything and go fast. Like, get the curriculum, understand, just listen to be coachable, 100% be coachable. And P2, once I got into the company, the first day I enrolled, I already knew I was going to be something great in this company. But your guys already know. I would say the 7th of May.
Yo, you told me the 15th yesterday. What happened?
And then he told me the 13th.
I
He's
said
just feeling it.
the 13th and the 17th and the 7th, but I just know it's coming a lot quicker than that because everything's aligned. That's why P5 is on June 13th. So, like, it's happening, dog.
Let's go, bro. Let's go. Man, Hector, close it off for us, brother. I know you might have hit P2k on this call right now. Right? I don't
Let's
even
go,
know.
Hector.
So, bro, one piece of advice for everyone attracting P1k.
So one piece of advice is definitely be true to yourself, right? Say what it is that you really want from this, and don't just say things just to say it. Because it's really easy for people to come in and say, oh, I want to impact lives, I want to become a really good trader, but then no one hops on the Go Live sessions, no one gets on Zoom calls. So definitely let that reflect what it is that you want, right? It's a lot easier not to do stuff than it is to actually do it, and never stop growing, right? One of the things that I've learned with this is there's always something new to learn, whether it's from building or from trading. You never know everything. There's always something new to learn. So keep your mind just being a sponge. Don't ever stop. And that's pretty much it. Also, don't wait for anyone to tell you what to do. Like these other guys mentioned it before. I myself, I'm really, really independent. And even though we have a lot of calls, I know that I'm in control of my own success. So, don't wait for anyone else to schedule calls, to schedule opportunity calls, to tell you, hey, make a list or message people on Instagram, stuff like that. Like, if you guys really want to hit, platinum 600, platinum 1,000, 2,000, you guys have to put in the work. But trust me, it's definitely worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And hitting platinum 2,000, man, this is the second time that I'm so close to hitting it. So I've actually been scheduling a whole bunch of calls this week. So it's getting done this week for sure.
It's done. It's done. Let's go. It's done this week. Man, I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for everyone that just spoke today and shared so much value, honestly. And Nance and I here taking down notes, and there's a lot of breakthroughs. This is recorded. I'm actually so excited to watch this. And I'm excited to have these recordings because in a year, going back and watching these moments and hearing people's breakthroughs and seeing people here who have the desire to be here and to be more like everybody, it's going to be crazy to see, like, man, I remember, like, wow, Hector was P1K on this call. Like, now he's this and look at how many people he has that are P1K, and same thing with everybody that's on here. So it's going to be incredible to see just the growth. And that's why I love these recordings and these kind of moments, because these are just real. These are real conversations about real experiences, about the failures, about the successes, about the insights, the perspectives. And so it's honestly insane seeing all of this community. And it to me, it's just admirable, honestly, for everyone that's here, that's willing to be coachable, that's willing to do more, that's willing to listen more, to willing to just continue to elevate themselves in order to elevate the people around them. Because that's the beautiful thing about energy, guys, is that it's contagious. And this is the reason why we grow the way we grow. And this is the reason why people here, accomplish the things they accomplish, have the insights, go and dive into themselves. Because at the end of the day, like, the reason this is the most, to me, one of the most perfect things I've ever come across is because the reason you're successful in trading and the reason you're successful in growing a culture, because it's all a reflection of who you are within, right? So the more you grow from the inside, the more you receive from the outside. So it's been an incredible conversation that we've had today. And, a big theme of everything is just keep showing up, keep showing up, keep showing up. You're literally one breakthrough away, right? You're literally one breakthrough away, one paradigm shift away from breakthrough results. And so, speaking of showing up, guys, on Sunday, right, we're having a super Sunday. Right? Your chairman 50, John Guaman, has set it up himself. I'm going to be starting everybody off with a massive game plan on how you can take and then whatever bullshit income disclosure, 1,000 to 100K, right, in a year with withdrawals. Now, with that being said, that is no easy feat. That is definitely quite a process. So don't miss it out. It's definitely not for everybody. And if that's what you decide, right? It's not for everybody if that's your decision. So, guys, with that being said, Tim, a lot of people are going to be dropping crazy value. Sundays are a sacred day because that's the day we prepare ourselves for the rest of our lives. Peace.